Now, China says the highway will give it access to these remote communities 9 months a year, and it costs them almost $200 million to build it. It's curious why the Chinese would spend so much money in a region where there is virtually, and I mean virtually, no economic activity, indicating therefore its only strategic significance. Now, this is something India needs to watch out for because Upper Siang is now vulnerable to Chinese intrusions. Now, China has over the last 20 years laid more than 3,000 kilometers of highway. This runs all the way from Xinjiang to Tibet. Much of this highway runs along the line of actual control, or LAC, with India. Add to that the 1,000-kilometer Golmud to Hasa railway line, 14 air bases spread all over Tibet, and a massive network of optical fiber communications. In a word, China has the ability to open up virtually any sector along the line of actual control with India. Now, every time China carries out an intrusion, India reacts, giving the impression India is the weaker party. Now, India's major foreign policy priority in the new year will be China. Note that Vijay Gokhale, who will succeed Jaishankar as foreign secretary at the end of this month, is an old China hand. A Mandarin speaker was also ambassador to China. Now, Jaishankar was a China hand. Earlier, Shiv Shankar Menon and Nirupama Rao were China hands. The diplomatic engagement with China will continue despite pinpricks on the border. In fact, author and journalist Bertel Lintner believes China has no interest in resolving the border dispute, seeing it as useful leverage against India. China will press India on the Belt and Road Initiative, hoping to get India and its 1 billion plus market on board. At the same time, they will exert pressure on India's periphery as well. For instance, China will step up efforts to displace India in Nepal. It will seek to undermine the India-Bhutan relationship. China has offered to invest billions of dollars in Bangladesh. China has already scored major gains in the Maldives and Sri Lanka. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and China's President Xi Jinping will continue to meet at various fora, but there will be little give and take from President Xi. So do not expect any improvement in India's $50 billion trade deficit with China. And in more news about the India-China relationship, China sees India as a rival in the Asian strategic space and will use every weapon in its armory to undercut this country and confine it to the South Asian box.